Good morning, everyone. We got company yesterday. My brothers were here visiting with my mother, and I did not get any time to just sit quietly and crochet for a little bit and chit-chat. But I'm here this morning, and as you can see, Belvedere is here too, wanting his little cuddles. Yes, wanting his little cuddles. His cuddles. Yeah. So I'll give him a minute to get over his cuddles, and then I'll reach for this little hat we've started working on. What do you want, sweetie? Oh, he's knocking my chin with his head. I'm sitting here on the floor, so it's very easy for him to be here. And I've got a blanket over my lap down here because it's cool down here in the den. But it is supposed to go up to 70 degrees today. 70 degrees. That's warm for this time of the year. In fact, on the news last night it said we would probably break heat records for this date. So we'll see what the day brings. Winterbrook. Imagine living in a place called Winterbrook and the end of November and it's still 70 degrees. It sounds like Florida Brook or somewhere. But at any rate, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure as the winter goes on, we'll get some winter. Don't, sweetheart. Yeah, no. Okay, I think this is enough now. You can go play. Here, go play on your own now. Go on. There you go. Good kitty. Good kitty. All right, here's our purple yarn that we're working with for this hat. And I'll bet if I roll this out, he'll go. You want to see that? Look there. Go on. You stay there. And here's what we did the day before yesterday, rather. So we're up to round 4. Now, listen, kitty cat. Yes, you're wonderful, but, you're wonderful, but, come on now. Yeah, you better go. Yeah, you better go. Oh, look at you. Look, I got your tickle tail. Yes, I've got your tickle. Oh, now he really wants to play. Now listen, go sit on your table or somewhere. Your coffee table. You like to sit on that coffee table. What a cat doesn't do to get... Well, he's just such an affectionate cat. Yes. And you'd never know it from the way he acts, but he is getting on the older side. Okay. Yes, there you go. Oh, look at that. Can you see that? He's just lying down here with us. Okay, why don't you stay there and watch? Yes, you stay there and watch. All right, on round 4, we'll just do this without thinking it through first. And if we have to undo, we'll undo. So chain 2. And then crochet a half double crochet in the same stitch. All right. A half double crochet in that same stitch would go like this. If I don't drop the plies of this yarn. I keep doing that with this, even though I've got the Susan Bates hook out. Okay. Then we're going to crochet 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Now the pattern is changing in this row. So we're going to do a half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. All right, here we go. One there, one here. Then 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. 2 half doubles in the next stitch. Well, now wait a minute here. Yes, okay, 2 in the next stitch. Okay, so here we go. 1. Oops, dropped that ply again. 2. So we've done that part. And then repeat from the asterisk all the way around. Okay, so we'll crochet 1/2 in 2 stitches and then 2 in 1 stitch. 1/2, 1 in each of 2 stitches. So here we go. 1, 2, and then 2 in the next stitch. So here's 1, 2. Now 1 in the next 2 stitches. So here's 1, 2. And did you notice I had a loose ply there, but I didn't go back, take it all out back to that and redo it. I saw it when we finished yesterday. Hadn't noticed it while we were doing it. Okay, this is shaping up, all right. But it'll be okay because I've just crocheted into it. So now a 1 in the next 2 stitches. So 1 in here, 1 in here, and then 2 in the next one. So 1, 2, okay, 1, 2, and now we have a 1, 2. Alrighty, we are on our way here. Whoops, dropped that one, didn't I? Now here's where I tend to lose a ply if I'm not really careful. Alright, there we are. Let's see now. We did 2 there, 1, 2, now 2 here. Okay, here we go. One here, and 1 here. Okay, so for yesterday, my brother brought a big pot of homemade ham and bean soup. Remember, I told you my brothers are cattlemen. Now, ham's certainly not a cow, but let me just straighten out one foot here. 1, 2. Okay, now 2 in the next one. And I had made a big pot of a lima bean soup. And I was so pleased because when they left, and we had, needless to say, a lot of soup left over, my mother likes the ham and bean. You know, whatever you've been eating for 97 years, I guess you like to keep eating. But my husband, last night, we had all these leftovers, and so we just had more soup and lovely bread and things for... Let me see what I can do here. Yes, there we are. Now we're at our slip stitch stage here at the end of this row, so we will slip stitch into there we are. Okay, now let's see. Yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? Right. 32 half double crochets now. All right, let's count and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Well, let me see here. I might have to add one because I think I've got 31. Um, I've got 31 now. Let me see. I think I can add one right here. I'm not going to take that all apart. This is just a hat for our own use. So before I slip stitch, I will do one right here. There perhaps should have been one right there anyway. Now let's slip stitch it together, and we will be back on track. Okay, round 5. Chain 2, 1, 2. Then do a half double crochet in the same stitch. That's like we started out the last row. Did that. Now we crochet a half double crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then 2 in 1. So we go 3 singles and then 2 in 1. All right, we are liable to have to count this one. Anyway, we had this, and my husband said, "This is really good soup." And mind you, I knew at lunchtime he had tried he had a bowl of each. He had a bowl of the ham and bean and the bowl of my plant-based vegan bean soup. And at night, he only, we sent my brother, there was very little left, and I said, well, that's just enough for you and your wife for later on after your drive. So we sent all that home with him, and we had the leftover vegan bean soup, and he says, this is really a good bean soup. And I was so thrilled because, you know, guys in switching, I think it's harder for them to switch to plant-based, but he was happy. So that was fine. All right, now here we go. 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2. Okay. Oops. This is the means of increasing here as we go around. Now, 1, 2, 3, and then 2. 1, 2. Now, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, looking good so far. Three, now we do 2 in this stitch. Okay. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, Some loose yarn here. As I say, I didn't put this in a ball, but it looks good enough to do this with. So that was our 3. Now we're up to 2. All right. And now we do our 3. What I thought it might be nice to do is a couple of the plant-based physicians have 21-day kickstarts for a plant-based program. And a lot of the principles in it, if you were wanting to change your eating patterns, a lot of the principles in it apply whether you're going into plant-based or whether you're going into whatever you're going into if you're changing your nutritional scheme. And so I thought it might be kind of interesting. 1, 2, 3, and now we're up to 2. Okay. To kind of, if I dig those out and kind of review them, we could talk about what's similar and different in them, and discuss some of their suggestions. Some of them are very good. So if I get a minute, I'll do that. Now we've done our chain around and slip stitch in the top of the chain 2. So, but we're supposed to have 40. So let's count our stitches. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I see. I have one more doubled one to do. Okay. That will make it be right. And slip stitching in here now. Okay. And there we have our round of 40. And because it's a little difficult in this pattern, I might stop here. So we've done 2 rounds. We're up to round 6. And I might stop right here for now because we don't have much repetition here. And you do sort of have to count this because of the increases. It's what I like sometimes about doing, like a large blanket or something. Yep, there we are. Okay, looking all right. But let's just see here. I should have brought a pencil down here with me, or over here. So we've completed round 5. We're up to round 6. Now let's glance through this pattern. Here we go. When we get to round 8 to 17, then we're doubling. So if tomorrow or the next time we meet we do 6 and 7, then in round 8, from then we're repeating all the way up to 18. So from 8 to 18 we've got 10 rows, or through 17 up to 18. We've got 10 rows there that are just alike. And that will be good because it's just half double crochets in every stitch all the way around and slip stitching together. So okay, so we have 2 more rounds here, 6 and 7, and I will take a break and mark where we left off. It's the great thing about printing out these free patterns, because then you can just mark where you left off and go from there. So with the beginnings of our hat. That's, needless to say, the top of the hat. That's on top of our head. There we go. We'll be right on top of our head. Okay. See you tomorrow. Have a great afternoon.